So we just got back from the most amazing trip to Sardinia in Italy, and let me tell you, the food was next level. This video is all about everything we ate, from classic pastas to fresh seafood to all the delicious flavours in between. Sardinia's food scene completely blew us away, so come along as we dive into some seriously good eats. Grab a snack, I think you'll need it, and let's dig into the best bites of our Italian adventure. So we just arrived the night before, and Danny's chatting to his mum about how things are going to go down this week. The important things like what restaurants are we going to and what food we need to eat. We start our morning with a walk towards the local town we're staying in. Sant Antioco is a seaside town and a province of South Sardinia, a place full of fish restaurants, pizza joints, and only an hour drive to the capital city of Cagliari. If you don't know Sardinia, it's the second largest island in Italy behind Sicily, and it's known for its unique cultural identity, ancient history, and stunning crystal clear waters. It's also a globally recognised blue zone, which is an area that hosts residents that live to 100 years old, which means to me that they must be doing something right here. Our first cafe stop is a place on the seaside. We've come here before as it seems to be a hotspot for grabbing an evening gelato and has some really grand looking cakes. Classic Italian flavours including pistachio and your typical tiramisu. This morning we're interested in the freshly baked croissants and a morning coffee. You can sit outside and enjoy the calm sea. Mum went for a mini one filled with hazelnut cream and I went for the larger filled with vanilla cream. She'd heated mine up slightly and it was so yummy with the creamy middle. All this was chased down with some cappuccinos. We walked around some more after breakfast until we came across an elderly gentleman selling fresh produce out the back of his car. We purchased one green melon to take home with us. Wandering through the streets some more, we found our way to Corso Vittorio Emanuele, which is a street full of bars and food shops. We popped into the butchers and a few bakeries to grab these pizzettas, a round puff pastry which is a local favourite. After enjoying the melon as a snack, we headed to our lunch spot for the day, a cooperative for the local fishermen, where they sell the freshest catch of the day and the local specialties of pasta. Danny and I went for the spaghetti alla bottarga, which comes with clams on top. The bottarga is a salted cured roe of mullet fish, which they sprinkle over the pasta. Very simple, with olive oil, garlic, and sometimes lemon zest. It's one of the most popular dishes here and referred to as the Mediterranean caviar. Later that evening, we headed to our favourite pizza place up the highest part of town called Iglesias and had our first taste of the local Sardinian beer Iglesias. We tucked into their thin base, crunchy style pizza. Mine was a white base with a cured meat, smoked mozzarella, and zucchini flowers. Absolutely delicious. The next day, we headed into the Santa Barbara caves in a province close by called Iglesias. The tour was incredible and, to be honest, quite scary, being in the old mines where they used to excavate lead and zinc that opened up into this prolific cave with stalagmites, which are these large rock formations existing for 500 million years with mineral blue lagoons and rare crystals all over the walls. After the tour, we headed in to explore Iglesias, a beautiful town with these colourful umbrellas down the streets. They play local radio on speakers out loud, and it made the place feel so charming and calm. We had booked at a restaurant called Gazebo Mediovale, a traditional stone-walled eatery with lots of ancient masks hanging everywhere. We started with a cheesy onion tart and a platter of local meats, cheese, and a local honey to accompany. I went for the lamb ribs with green beans, fried potato, and a caramelized onion topping. On the menu was also fresh fried sea bass and risotto. We also had a dessert to share, a cup of tiramisu and a ricotta and pistachio cannoli, which was baked instead of typically fried. After lunch, we stopped by the big Conad supermarket, which has so much nice Italian produce from local places. We wanted to pick up something for dinner and settled on a meze style of cured meats with a Sardinian carousel bread and of course some cheeses. The next day we had planned to explore Sardinia's capital, Cagliari. We enjoyed the St. Remy walls and the bustling city below, and it started to rain a little with a cool breeze from the Mediterranean Sea. So we headed towards the food area where you'll find a lot of restaurants. Today we ate mussels in a garlic tomato sauce, which can be mopped up with the slightly grilled, seasoned garlic bread. I also ate the local specialty, fregola, made from durum wheat, which looks like a large couscous. My mum had a fresh tuna steak salad, and Danny went for another spaghetti alla botarga with clams. Afterwards we fancied something sweet, so we found a cafe selling a variety of Sardinian-style cookies and bought a bag to take home with us. That evening, me and Danny went for our most expensive meal of the trip, a necessity since this place has the most amazing cuts of steak for a much cheaper price than we would experience in London. For €130, we ate a giant bone marrow with roasted garlic, as well as a T-bone steak, which was melt in your mouth delicious. The next day, after fasting breakfast, we came back to the seafood cooperative and had a really nice local pale ale, as well as the grilled fish of the day, which was massive, and another botarga pasta. At this point, Danny said he wanted the botarga pasta every day. Then we skip the whole evening due to some much needed fasting and come to a local favourite for dinner, Silvana, which if you check the link in the description is a giant place that gets super noisy and hectic. They ask you to order sets, so an antipasti and a main, or a primi and a main. We had some cured meats, olives and artichoke, some fried squid, a seafood spaghetti with clams, plus an arrangement of fried fish, which included eel and prawns. The whole table was full of fish and fresh food that we needed to take the leftovers away with us, completely stuffed. The next day we came to the local market, where weekly food stalls pop up, serving all local produce from olives to cheese and meats. We grabbed some pecorino cheese to take back with us, and we'd reserved a rotisserie chicken from a local place where they had around 50 or more chickens rotating across the day. And with the chicken fat dripping potatoes, we brought the chicken home, enjoyed a family meal with beefsteak tomatoes and homemade pesto. For dessert, Danny's mum made a beautiful chestnut cake, which was amazing. And that essentially completes our food diary for Italy. I hope you enjoyed our food diary in Sardinia, Italy, and hope that it's not made you too hungry, but inspired to visit Sardinia. This has been What's Next with Maya and Danny. Leave us a comment and subscribe if you're not already, and I'll see you in the next one. Ciao!